Your weekly energy report for the week of February 16th to the 22nd of 2020. So, how's everyone doing out there? I hope you are well. I'm waiting for YouTube to load up. So, come on in, guys. Come on in. Take a seat. Vamonos. What up, Stacey J? Antonio, what's up, brother? Rich, my man. How you doing, homie? Thank you guys for joining. What a exciting and intense week we're gonna have, and of course that's kind of like the theme of the last year and a half. But I'm sure you all have been feeling these energies lately. It's very, very cerebral. A lot of like go, 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 mixed with a lot of confusion. Mixed with a lot of, I know I need to step into this new chapter, but I don't know where it's going. What's next? How do I do this? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we want to really take this time. Thank you, Antonio. I appreciate it, buddy. I love you, man. We want to take this time to really honor ourselves. It's like we can be being Rich. Thank you, man. Get back in it. Get into it. Yes, we're in a time where a lot of change is going on, a lot of stuff that we may not fully understand. And this is where we may be feeling pulled in all these different directions, right? A lot of stuff is really grasping at us and asking us to go in all these different directions. And we have to ask ourselves, like, okay, are we standing in our truth? Is this the direction that I really want to go? Is this who I really want to be around? Really, what this is doing, what the theme of this Mercury retrograde has been to establish more solid emotional boundaries, right? Wherever we may have given our power away before is coming back to teach us what we didn't see in the past. And you guys know how I love paying attention to my yods because I find them very significant. We do have a yod coming up again at the end of the week. And we have the sun also going from Aquarius to Pisces also this week. So let's break all this down. All right. Don't forget if you resonate with this to please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely greatly appreciate it, you guys. And I am doing 30% off my astrology readings right now. So go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, and check it out. And we have, what's up, Trinity? We have a very special opportunity community meeting this coming Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific with my girl Sinead. She lives in the UK and she's an energy healer, and she's going to be doing her energy healing for the entire community. I think it's going to be really cool to check out. So please feel free to check that out. If you would like to get information about that, go to my website, download my free ebook at spiritualbodybuilder.com, Decrypting the Language of the Human Body, and it'll get you on the mailing list so that you can get the information for that meeting. All right. Lil Nina, I don't know why that name tripped me up. Hi. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Appreciate you very much. We are all here for a reason. 100%. Thank you, Taylor. All right. Good to see you all here. So today is the 16th, right? Yes. Today is the 16th. We have the moon that is ending in Aries today, going into Taurus. Now the moon is exalted in Taurus, right? But of course, we have Uranus there, Uranus. So Danielle, thank you, Danielle. My apologies. And tomorrow we are actually going to be the Saturn Uranus square is going to be exact. So let's get into that real quick. So I think this is going to be sort of a defining moment in this part of the year, because this is the first of three, right? So this is kind of bringing to a head an issue or a conflict within that is guiding us into the next chapter of our life. All right. This is between Saturn and Uranus. Now with Saturn Aquarius, Uranus rules Aquarius. So there's a lot of interconnectivity here in the energies, but within us, it can feel like we're being torn apart in a way, right? Like, oh my God, what is going on? I don't know how to feel. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to face this. I don't know, how to interpret it. The point is that we're not supposed to interpret it. We're supposed to allow it to come up and come out. Okay. Saturn is control. Saturn is structure. Saturn is, anyone else feel March is going to be full of massive revelations? I think March is definitely going to be where everything starts moving forward. Because remember, once Mercury goes direct, then we're going to have all the energies for almost 2 months direct, which is a very long time. So we're going to be going in a massive forward momentum direction. So I'm sure a lot of revelations are going to be coming out at that time. But back to the Saturn Uranus. So, you know, Saturn, before Uranus was discovered, Saturn was the ruler of Aquarius, right? So there's still this feeling, this impetus of this control dynamic, but wanting to be free, wanting to get to that next level, wanting to move into our deeper level of authenticity and awareness of self, okay? And with Uranus and Taurus, especially with tomorrow, the moon is going to be conjuncting the moon, and the moon is going to be conjuncting Uranus. Whenever that's going on, especially with the square being exact, okay, this is going to highlight even more, fuck, I need to change something. I need to do something. I need to make this happen. I need to take this action. I need to go in this direction. It's going to be very like a fire lit under your ass. Like, oh my God, I need to move in this direction, right? But this is a feeling that we're getting. We don't want to necessarily just jump into something that we don't know anything about. Then again, okay, we also have the sun at 29 degrees of Aquarius on this day, which is the anorectic degree. So the Aquarian energy with Uranus being involved, the moon being involved, Saturn in Aquarius, and the sun, that's a lot of Uranian kind of energy, just bow. So this is like, man, this is a massive, I don't want to say wake-up call, but a massive, maybe a realization, epiphany, you know, massive downloads and understandings of, holy shit, this is what I need to do, connecting the dots, understanding and making things happen or making things go in a certain direction, right? Trinity says, yeah, I want to be with somebody, but I want to be alone. So confusing. Don't we all? Look, this is all about like learning to balance within, like understanding our boundaries. We have to really get uncomfortable to feel what we don't want to know what we do want, right? So it's all about being honest with ourselves. Like, look, we get to a point. You ever been in a relationship where you're at that point, you're just like, oh, this sucks. This feels uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm shutting down. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk. You know, some people stay in those kind of relationships for years at a time. Fuck that shit. Aquarius is about freedom, right? About being free, about expressing yourself, about being who you are, doing what you want with respect to yourself and others, of course, that you care about, right? But standing in your own power, standing in your own truth, and communicating that truth with the people that you love and you care about. That's what this is all about. All right. There's no need to settle. There's no need to suppress. And this Saturn Uranus square is bringing up that battle within us all of that suppression and freedom, right? Where we suppress ourselves because we don't know, we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and we don't know which way to move. We don't know where to go. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to express it because it's stuck in here. There's a feeling that's stuck and we don't know what to do with it. So what do we do when we get in that stuck place? We have to sit with it. But what do most people do? Most people numb it out. Most people distract themselves. Most people avoid it. So it's this avoidance dynamic that we have to watch out for, because that avoidance, this dynamic, this square is going to be going on the entire year. This is the first of 3 squares, okay? So we had the theme of 2020, which was the Saturn Pluto conjunction and the Pluto Jupiter conjunctions that were 3, okay? So that was last year's stuff, okay? Now this is like we've grown up, we've evolved, we've awakened, whatever you want to call it. And now we're coming into this new, like stepping into your authenticity, stepping into your truth. What are you going to do with this truth? What are you going to do with this new feeling? And really, if you keep trying to figure it out, probably not going to go so well for you. This is all about really mastering the surrendering process into what feels right, being vulnerable, because Saturn is essentially sextile Chiron pretty much the entire year, which is making it very more easy for us to be vulnerable in our shit, right? We go into that vulnerability with this, ooh, okay. Now I've learned. Now I'm growing. Now I've integrated. The integration work is everything, guys. I've been seeing, a lot of people around doing a lot of this work. That is good. It's good work. Like a lot of healing going on, but it's limited. And a lot of people jump to it as an escape. Now, when we have a large number of people, like last year, we had a massive amount of people waking up or having a level of awakenings, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm grateful that I've been doing it for a very long time to be able to come to you guys with this information. But we need to be careful because, the expression hurt people, right? So if you're still hurt and you're trying to control things, you're navigating, guys, you got to be careful on what you're trying to put out there, on what you're trying to do, on what you're trying to propose, because, you don't want to make things worse. You want to make things better. So it requires, groups and organizations that are healthy, that are able to bring you through a process that is going to really help you integrate and do the deeper work that needs to be done emotionally. This emotional stuff is so important. It's so fragile. Requires leadership. Now, this Aquarian type of leadership is going to be a little bit different because this Aquarian energy it can seem a little detached, but it's a healthy detachment. Healthy detachment is required for growth. Whenever you're attached to something that's not healthy, especially right now with all this Aquarian energy, it's gonna fuck shit up. It's gonna make things very difficult. Okay, so this week in particular, when the moon is transiting over Uranus and it's square to Saturn, this is bringing that Saturn Uranus square into this deep emotional place of holy shit, what do I gotta do to really honor my boundaries? What do I really have to do? What action step do I have to take to step into this place that I really just feel like I need to be at? I need it. That's the Uranus energy. I need it. I need to go. Let's get in there. Let's do it. Right? So, as we come through the week, we move through, and we actually have some pretty good aspects. And then, of course, the raunchy therapist. I love that fucking name. It's hilarious. I need it. I want it. Hell yeah. Get it. Go get it. Damn right. Do it. So on February 18th, we are now officially in Pisces season. So happy birthday to all you Pisces out there. This is, I think, actually going to be a good thing. It's going to be nice. It's going to mix up the energy a little bit. It's going to take away from the vast amount of Aquarian energy. Okay. And I'm not, Aquarian energy is great, but too much of anything is not good for anybody, right? And there has been a shitload of energy in Aquarius as of late. So with the sun moving into Pisces, that's going to free some stuff up. And then finally, on the 20th, Mercury goes direct. So that is going to be a horse of a different color, right? And now we have Saturn sort of, it's still there. Saturn and Uranus are going to be at 7 degrees for a while. I mean, they move, you know, very about the same pace. So you can expect this energy to be rumbling, you know, under the surface quite a bit. But what is also actually really great about that is that Saturn is also sextile to Chiron pretty much this whole year. So no matter what we're going through between this Saturn-Uranus square, Chiron is there, that's sextiling Saturn and semi-sextiling Uranus. So look, the way that shadow work happens, energetically speaking and astrologically speaking, is through the mastering of understanding the Saturnian energy, the Chiron energy, and the Uranian energy. So Saturn represents control, right? Saturn, we have to let go of the control in Aquarius, which is like not, it's a very like fixed tunnel vision sort of mindset. We have to let go of trying to figure it out. We have to let go of needing to know. And we do that by being vulnerable and stepping into the unknown, but it also stepping into what feels right. It's all about what feels right, guys. It's all about what feels right. And as we learn to live in that deeper, vulnerable place, then we access the Uranian energy of these epiphany moments. Uranian energy is that moment of insight. It's that download. It's that epiphany. It's that aha moment. It's that, holy shit, I should have known this before. Now, it's okay that you didn't know it before because it happened in divine timing. But when you finally get the impetus, it's like, I should have known that, right? Now, when Mercury is stationed direct, it is just 3 degrees away from Jupiter. So now it's crossed over the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter. And now it's going to go forward back over Jupiter, Venus, and then, of course, into Pisces and the Sun as well. But this Mercury going over Jupiter and Venus is really showing us, especially in Aquarius, this is how you do what you want. This is how you get what you want. This is the steps you need to take to have what you want. This is where it's laying out the rest of the battle plan. Maybe battle plan isn't the right word. The structure, the strategy, okay? It's giving us clarity and understanding of where we want to go, what we want to do, and how we're going to do it, okay? And as we step into this, you know, the who, what, why, where, and how, where we're going, okay, it's going to be filling us like, you know, Saturn Uranus square, as they're both direct, it's bringing all this energy forward. We are feeling propelled to step into this new chapter. We all, I know you guys feel it. I know you feel it. Put in the comment section, what kind of change are you making in your life right now? Because everybody is making some kind of change. Everybody is stepping into the unknown. Everybody is starting something new. Whether it's just redesigning something that you're already doing, I mean, this is where it's at. This is where it's going, okay? So allowing that Uranian energy to come through and then regrounding, thank you, brother, and then regrounding it back into the Saturnian energy and learning how to know when to let go of control, accessing the vulnerability to create the aha moment, the epiphany, that moment of clarity of vision, and then grounding that vision back into reality, and then rinsing and repeating. This is the process that is going. If you can master this process this year, you're gonna skate through it, right? There we go. You gotta be honest with yourself. If, like Kalo Fit said, I'm no longer aligned with my career, all right? Going off the grid, sure. You know, like I've been looking at the possibility of getting an RV and going off the grid too. I'm gonna go do a world tour for the opportunity community, baby. Yeah, right. So we really have to feel into our purpose, feel into who we are, feel into where we're going, and be honest with ourselves. No matter how realistic or unrealistic it is, look, the world is unpredictable right now. All right, 100%. And with the unpredictability, the only answers that is right for us is in our heart. And when Mercury goes direct, we're going to get more understanding and more clarity of what that means, okay? So Listen to your guides. Allow your intuition to guide you. Allow these energies to pull you in this direction, okay? But don't get caught up in the attachment to it. That's a danger, okay? Because sometimes we feel something, and when we go into it, then we're like, okay, fuck, what's next? All right, I gotta keep going. And we get attached to this feeling, this directive that is going to blast us into, the ego. So it's a fine line. We have to pay attention, and it's a constant practice, right? It's a constant practice to step into this deeper understanding of our soul's desire and our soul's purpose to want to, do something different or more or better, or, with someone or without someone, or whatever it is, the direction that you're going to. And really step into the trust and the faith, but keep yourself in check. Because when you step into something you don't know, it's cool, it's exciting and everything, but then once you're in it, you're like, okay, fuck, now how am I gonna do this? Now how am I gonna do that? And okay, gotta bring it back. Okay, what is my real true intention? What am I really feeling? So this is really the work, guys, okay, to check in with our higher self, because that ego is always trying to play games. It's always trying to come back in and to control shit. So going through this, I did this a couple times in my life where I was like, you know what? Like a couple years ago, actually when I found out that I was going to be a father, that was a good impetus for me to, get up. But I felt like, okay, I'm going to up and leave Vegas, and I'm just going to go follow my internal guidance, right? So for like about 6-7 months, I actually lived out of my Durango. I had a Dodge Durango, and I packed that shit up, and I fucking moved. And at that time, I was going around like different parts of California, and I was doing body work, and I was doing microscopy, and I was doing combo, and, working with plant medicines, and just, helping and healing people, just trying to find myself. Right. And for some people, if that's where you're at, that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. But this is really about the deeper message here. The deeper lesson is to trust your intuition, trust your guidance, and allow yourself to move through this efficiently and effectively, and honor these feelings, because the more that you trust this, the better life becomes, because you stop trying to control everything, and you stop needing to figure it out, and you realize, you know what, right here, right now, I feel good. I have all my limbs, all my fingers and toes, and life is happening, and everything is okay. Now, if you turn on the TV and you see all the crazy bullshit that's going on in the world, or so what they want you to see, that'll get you in a funk. But that's why you go off the grid, right? So you don't fucking watch TV anymore, because TV is freaking poison. So yeah, we don't want none of that shit. That shit's got to go. And as we step into allowing ourselves to be okay in the present moment, to get detached from the past, detached from any particular future outcomes, and just be in the present moment, listen to what we feel is right, and honor what we feel is right, then we don't need to figure shit out anymore. We don't need to control anymore. We can let it go and be okay. It's just about being okay in the present moment. You'll be so surprised when you start doing this, how you'll be so surprised at how just much easier this makes life, right? So on, let's see, on February 20th, right? Live 15 minutes at a time. Word. Yes, the power in surrender is unfreaking real. I like that response. So on the 22nd, the moon will be conjuncting the north node at 16 degrees in Gemini. Of course, the moon moves real fast, right? So this is just sort of like, we're going to get a couple times this week between the sun moving into Pisces, between Mercury going direct and the moon conjuncting Uranus and the North Node, we're going to be getting a couple boop, 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 boop awarenesses and awakenings of, okay, this is where you need to go. Because right now with Mercury retrograde, especially with it communicating with all these different planets, it's been like, I need to like relook over everything. Like, what am I doing? Even for me, for my business, like I've been like, oh shit, okay, like I don't have clarity on this right now. So I'm just going to sit back and honor what I'm feeling. This is really about just like, if you have indecision, if you don't know what to do, it's really time to sit back and just tune into you. Ooh, that rhymed. I didn't even try to make it rhyme. Right? So yeah, sitting in the uncertainty, sitting in the confusion, sitting in the inability to make a decision, and just feeling into it. Breathe through it. And that is it. Make it simple as possible. Do not overcomplicate these things, because we like to overcomplicate them, right? I am a poet and I did not know it, but now I do. And I will stay true. That was so retarded. I need to get my boy the Peace Dealer, man. He'll show me what's up. We'll bust some freestyles together. Yes, I've actually freestyled in the past, and me and the Peace Dealer actually made a song. Let's see if we can find that song, and we'll actually play it for you guys at some point. All right, it was pretty freaking hilarious. But Peace Dealer is the one with the skills. I was just come along for the ride. Just watch the shaman do what? That. So for me, your feet show if they're Longfellows. Okay, so let me explain what the is, because a lot of people actually ask me about that. Like, what the hell is that? What are you doing? So when I do that, for me, this is how I learn how to process energy. Push it through me. It's very common in like ayahuasca ceremonies and working with medicines like rapé, with sananga, with kambo, even with Reiki and other energetic work in different medicines. The intention behind the breath. All right, breath is life, really, and with the breath, moving it like that, there is an intention of healing. There's an intention of moving energy, right? It's the movement of or flow of energy. So when I do that, that is me moving some kind of thought, some kind of energy out of my body through the experience and getting rid of it. To me, it's basically like a NLP technique, right? Some people do tapping, right? You think a certain thing while you're tapping on a certain place in your body. That didn't really resonate with me. Some people will, use their fingers or tap touch certain parts of their body while saying something in their mind. It's a signal to the subconscious mind to move through something, right? So say for me, if I'm stuck in my head, if I'm thinking something, then I realize, okay, I need to fucking slow down. I need to meditate. And through that breath, through that process, I'm moving the energy through my body. I'm grounding myself. I'm clearing it out. I'm visualizing my energy expanding. I'm visualizing getting rid of any kind of dark energy, okay? The longest journey in life is from the head to the heart. I love that expression because it's so true. And that is essentially the awakening process, right? Going from the head to the heart, right? So breath is so important. It's no surprise that breath work practices are getting very, very popular. Like since Wim Hof made it big, I have like 5, maybe 6 friends that are becoming breath work practitioners. I really need to jump on that too. I think it's very important. Breath is life. And with breath, you can just do so many things with your body. You can literally shift the fascial meridians. You can move emotions in your tissue. You can activate DMT in your brain. You can set intentions to do so many fascinating things, like even control your body temperature. It goes so deep. So I highly recommend getting into breath work so important. But you have to find your own way, right? You have to go within. Like, the journey within is finding and navigating the way through. And as you navigate, guys, how do you think that I discovered astrology and combo and microscopy and all these different ways that I coach and all these different ways that I work with energy? It's because I navigated through my own consciousness, through my own traumas and through my own pain. I checked myself and my ego, and I humbled myself, and I experienced the deepest levels of vulnerability and humility. All right. And I've worked with some of the most amazing, facilitators and shamans and just wise men and women in the world that I've ever known. And I've humbled myself to their guidance so that I can learn and understand myself, because really at the very core, we are all the same. We are all one. And as cheesy as that sounds, at the very core, we all have the same 5 superficial senses. Okay. We all have extrasensory perceptions too, and things like that when we get into the 5D. But at the very core, we all have 5 senses. We all have, DNA. We all have the same inner workings. All right. We're all human beings. We're not human doings. So because we're all the same, and when we dig down within ourselves, that's why any success story that you see out there, like watch the movie Eminem, or 50 Cent, or like any movie that's about any like massive success story, usually comes from a massive breakthrough kind of scenario, right? And globally, we are all going through a massive breakdown and breakthrough into this higher vibrational energy. Okay, so this is where we are having experiences and energies reflected back onto us, in the form of higher consciousness, so that we can grow, so that we can learn, and so that we can ascend. And really, Aquarius is all about the collective. It's all about like the bigger picture. Now, it can be aloof, detached, but this growth process requires a little bit of healthy detachment. That is actually a good thing. What's not a good thing is dissociation and escapism, which is like the shadow side of the Aquarian energy. But the good thing is, here in the next few weeks, the Aquarian energy is going to let go a little bit. Jupiter will soon be moving into, Jupiter's going to go into Pisces and then dip into Pisces and then come back in Aquarius. But Mercury is going to be going through, and Venus is going to be going into Pisces pretty soon too. Okay. So when this energy disperses a little bit, that is when it's almost like we got infused with all this upgraded energy, with all this new stuff, right? And now we got infused with all this new stuff, and now we're gonna have to break it down. Now, like, we get infused with all this stuff. Now this new journey begins, and now it's like, okay, now we gotta unpack it. Now we gotta go into the detail, and now we gotta, let it unfold and learn the new lessons and bring in the new relationships and allow the new things to, build, and the old things to crumble, and all this kind of stuff. So literally, from the great conjunction on December 21st that we had with Saturn and Jupiter, that was the beginning of a 20-year cycle, guys. And this is bringing us, we're in its infancy. We are just being birthed into this new cycle. So we're having all this massive amount of new energy that's going to be lasting the next 20 years. Okay. So whatever impetus you're feeling, it's because it's meant to take you on a journey into this next portion of your life that is going to last about 20 years. That's big, right? But there's many, many, many layers to this. Okay. So bringing it back, so I got a little rambunctious there with the energy. So bringing it back to this week, okay, we have some major shifting going on. We've been in this sort of holding paradigm where it's like hold, wait, no, not yet, no. Like, come on, dude, it's like you're waiting to go to the bathroom, right? Like, come on, dude, fuck, I gotta go, I gotta piss. But not quite time. It's almost good time, but not quite there. All right. So learn to sit with it, as opposed to going out of your mind nuts and crazy and numbing yourself out and, freaking out. What can you do in the present moment now? What is available to you now? Where is the present moment? Where are the opportunities presenting themselves to maybe sleep better, eat better, you know, create new habits, create new patterns. Look at the things that really aren't serving you anymore. Look at the things that you want to get rid of. Look at the things that we all are getting this vision in our mind of where we want to go. And you may be like, are you telling yourself, oh, well, that's just like an idea. That's crazy. It's not practical. There's no way it's going to happen. I can't leave my husband. I can't start this new job. There's no way this bullshit. Everything that's coming in to your head right now is preparing you for what's meant to happen. Now you can fight it and let it, you know, like, and really sort of make it a very difficult experience, or you can allow yourself to embrace the Chiron vulnerability, release control of Saturn, and go into the Uranian energy that's going to shake up your central nervous system, shake up your body, look at your value system, change things around, scoop things up, and then bam, send you into this new place, this new life that we're all coming into, okay? Now, Pisces is a mutable energy. It's a mutable time. So I think it's actually, it's perfect, right? That we're moving from a fixed energy to a mutable energy right at the time that Mercury is going direct. This is going to allow this, like, we've had this really fixed, like, kind of energy. It's going to start to loosen up to allow us to mold into this new place. We've been feeling kind of stuck because of that fixed energy. So it's moving into this moldable energy where we're going to be able to really make some moves now with pretty much all of Pisces and a little bit of Aries season. You know, all these planets are going to be direct. So mutable to cardinal. This is the time. This is the time to build that new project, to start that, to step into creating your dream, no matter how unrealistic or no matter how crazy it sounds or seems. If you feel it down your bones, like, I am feeling deep down in my bones what I want to do, and I'm going to make that shit happen. Are you? Are you? That's what you have to ask yourself. When you ask yourself, like, really, like, step into it. Own it. Own it. It's really all about, like, just really owning this shit. Okay? So that is what I've got. Oh, and one more thing. So let's see. On the 22nd as well, the same day that we have the Yod, but actually, let's go into this Yod a bit too. We have Neptune coming back into 20 degrees. All right. So 20 degrees is the third decan of Pisces. It's already been here a little bit, but this is bringing back, okay, Neptune in 20 degrees Pisces, and that last 10 degrees of Pisces, that's powerful, guys. This is coming back into this the mastery of the mystic arts. All right. Very, very powerful. And with this Yod, the moon being in Cancer is sextile over to, well, I gotta check the thing here. Let's see, the moon is Mercury. Oh boy. Okay, so the moon is quincunx to Mercury. Mercury is sextile over to White Moon Selena. And White Moon Selena is quincunx over to the moon. So this, to me, guys, is being infused again with another layer of our spiritual gifts. And now, okay, let me identify something about that, because spiritual gifts, right? They are a gift, but sort of like how they are in superhero movies, okay? It doesn't seem like a gift at first. It seems like hell. It seems like you're fucking crazy. It seems like you're weird. Like you don't belong. But as these come in, all right, like, you got to release something. And as you release something new or else comes in. And when that new thing comes in, it feels foreign. It feels different. It feels weird. You don't know what to think. But as you integrate it, this is really important, where you can't run away from it. Okay. these new feelings are going to feel foreign. They're going to feel like they're not you. They're going to feel like, well, what the hell is this? Like, I don't understand what I'm feeling. Maybe you're around someone and suddenly you just always, you start feeling this really weird, creepy energy around this person. Why the fuck am I feeling this energy? You're triggering me. The trigger is your teacher. The lesson is in the trigger. And when these triggers come in, especially with the emotions, the moon in Cancer, which the moon rules Cancer, with Mercury, the mind, cerebral, we're connecting the dots at a deeper level to whatever our healing capacity and ability is. All right. So this is going to be very triggering, and this is going to be very growth potentiating. All right. On top of the Saturn Uranus square, and on this day, it just so happens that Black Moon Lilith is at 7 degrees of Taurus, right on top of Uranus at 7 degrees Taurus. Okay. Genevieve, feeling like you don't belong here, join the club. You should go check out the opportunity community, because we definitely, none of us belong here, but we make it work, right? It's when you get a big group of people together and nobody feels like they belong, then you feel like you all belong. It's great. And when it's all healers and starseeds and empaths and shit, like everybody's healing everybody just through the energetic connection. It's pretty amazing, right? Well, so, okay, you want to go home. Okay, I want to address that feeling for a minute, because that's pretty intense. All right, I'm actually feeling your energy from you just writing that in the text. Okay, so having the feeling like you want to go home, that can be very, very difficult. Especially if you're going through a dark night of the soul period of your awakening process, okay? That feeling of wanting to go home is the need or desire to connect to your heart, right? This is where you need to tune into your heart. You need to, the universe is asking you, or maybe it's this Saturn Uranus square in your chart that is saying, hey, it's time to open up. And that feeling is terrifying. You know that meme with the little girl holding the teddy bear close to her chest with Jesus hiding a huge friggin' teddy bear behind his back and saying, let go, I have something, like, don't worry, you won't be disappointed. This is where, yes, you are here for a reason. And wanting to go home means wanting to connect with your heart. And there's a part of your heart that is closed up, that doesn't want to open because you're afraid. You have to embrace the fear. You have to embrace this feeling and allow it to come through, so that you can receive what's bigger and better. But in order to do that, a part of your ego, in ego death, part of your ego has to die. And there's a lot of ego death going on right now, right? There's a lot of stuff going on that is happening where people are just like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to face this. I don't know how to feel it. You don't have to do anything. It's not about doing. It's about sitting with it and feeling it, and not distracting yourself, not running away from it. But eventually, usually, it won't let you run away anymore. You have to face it. You have to sit there. You have to feel it. The more that you meet the universe halfway with this, the easier and more efficient it becomes, right? So you got this, Genevieve. We should do a reading. Shoot me a DM. Let's chat. I'd really like to connect with you. Okay. So on the 22nd, be ready to get another intuitive energetic impulse of this energy, where it's going to open you up a little bit more to where you're intellectually going to understand your emotional capacity for feeling energy. Okay. And this may come as a bit of a shock. All right. But that's part of the process. All right. And with this Saturn square to Uranus, this is setting the stage, the impetus for this to happen, for this to take place. So allow it to go. The Piscean energy coming through is going to make things a little bit easier and better. But this week, really kind of like this weekend, is really the time right around the 20th. Around the 20th, I'll give it a couple of days. So really look into next week is really the time to start putting things in motion. Start to take action one step at a time. And you'll find that the universe is going to meet you halfway with all this, okay? So I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful week, okay? Things are about to shift and change, which is good. Things are always shifting and changing. But this shift and change might be a little bit intense. The more you surrender, the more you allow yourself to be in the present moment and feel and not try to control it, and discover this way, this process within you to process energy, like the using your breath, using some kind of, you can use, vibrational instruments, tools, whatnot. And don't forget, I will be going live in 40 minutes at 6:30 tonight. All right. With Steve Gardner. Who knows what the hell we're going to talk about, but whatever we talk about, it's always pretty exciting and fascinating. So please tune in on his channel, Steve Gardner, You, Yourself, and Why. It's going to be a good time. We always have fun when we chat. And on that note, I love you all very much. Don't forget, 30% off my astrology readings right now. Check out the Opportunity Community. Go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com. Download my free ebook, Decrypting the Language of the Human Body. Let's make this shit happen together. Check out my Opportunity Community Zoom meeting this week with my friend and special guest, Sinead. She's going to be doing some special energy healing on us. It's going to be amazing. Bomb.com. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your week, and I'll be seeing